Hello YouTube, it's Meek Dynasty here. If you're one of my subscribers from tarot content or DID content or music content, I'm also a transsexual, non-binary, they-them person, and I recently started testosterone hormone replacement therapy. I've been on it for about exactly 1 month. Nice. Battery's on 10%, and so I've been on it for 1 month, and I wanted to go through some updates about the changes so far. So one of the first changes I noticed was my muscle mass increasing, and I noticed this because my forearms changed size. I was wearing this bracelet that was like a sturdy stainless steel whatever, and it was fitting down here on my forearm, and then over the course of a couple days being on T, it started fitting further and further up on my forearm like this. Innuendo? That's interesting. So it started fitting further and further up on my forearm, and this is not the one that I'm talking about. This is just what I'm wearing now. But so that was how I noticed that my muscle mass was increasing at first. Going along with that, I feel like the musculature on my face has changed as well. And I didn't really think that that would happen until I had seen somebody else's low-dose testosterone 1 month update, and their face had like noticeably masculinized. And so about a couple weeks in, I started noticing that my face looked different, and I wasn't sure if it was just some dysmorphia or maybe some bloating, but I think that my face has masculinized just the slightest bit. I don't think anybody would notice but me, and I probably wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't looking for it. But I've got my notes here. There's also a little bit of a rasp to my voice, but that could just be from being sick, you know, recently. I definitely smell different. Is this what I was talking about? I have a little bit of a different smell. I'm somebody who like admires and smells the smell of my own sweat on purpose because I like it. And since being on T, the smell has changed to be a little bit more musky and woody and a lot less like floral and fragrant. And I don't think that I smell bad. I think I smell more like a boy, which is not a bad thing, but it's different. I've also had more oil on my face. I haven't noticed a lot more acne, but I'm a little bit of an acne prone person anyway, on my face at least. On my back, I have noticed more acne. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but not a big deal. I have a little bit more physical energy and a little bit more hunger cues, but I am somebody with an eating disorder anyway, so those are sort of unreliable metrics for me. I am not extra horny. I don't know, my sex drive just hasn't increased very much at all, but I am a fairly horny person anyway. So it could just be that I'm kind of at the baseline already. I have not noticed any bottom growth, but again, I have a small clitoris already. So it could just be that that'll take a long time for me to notice because nobody can see her, bitch. Last thing is that since being on T, I did quit vaping almost completely and successfully, and it's mostly because I haven't had money. But at every point in the past, I would have just scrounged up $25 from somewhere to get a vape. But recently, I decided that I'd rather try to quit vaping, and so far, I have pretty much done so. So I don't know if that has anything to do with being on testosterone itself inherently, or if it just has to do with me having Uranus is squaring my ascendant and descendant lines. If you're an astrology person, you'll know what that means. But it could just be the Uranus square. But yeah, I think those are most of my updates, and I think that's everything. And I will be back to talk to you when I've been on T for 2 or 3 months. So I think that's everything. Goodbye.